Ridge, and Carly Williams. After the Civil War, America was split. Although technically our country was unified, it was far from mutually agreeable. The South was against the beliefs of the North and still wanted slavery. The Reconstruction period was a period of time where the United States attempted to reunify the nation under common beliefs. The South rebelled against attempts to reconstruct their society, especially with the aspect of slavery. Southerners replied to civil rights efforts with Jim Crow laws or black codes. These were laws restricting the rights of black people, similar to laws when blacks were enslaved but were adjusted. Things were mandated like curfews, separate facilities, and other efforts to segregate Southern society. A group supporting anti-civil rights ideals was the Ku Klux Klan. This white supremacy group killed black people as well as those who supported black freedoms. Presidents had different beliefs regarding the way to deal with Reconstruction. Abraham Lincoln delivered a public address describing a generous Reconstruction policy based on open-mindedness. He believed the Southern states never left the Union. During Lincoln's presidency, the 13th Amendment was ratified, abolishing slavery, and the Freedmen's Bureau was established by Congress to provide assistance to emancipated slaves. This provided food, housing, schools, and legal assistance to former slaves and poor Southern whites in the South in the aftermath of the Civil War. Andrew Johnson replaced Lincoln in 1865 after Lincoln was murdered at Ford's Theater. Johnson's plans for Reconstruction were to shift political control in the South to small farmers and their artisans to reconstruct Southern society. Johnson believed that wealthy Southerns were the cause of leading the South into secession. This was interrupted by black codes and the Ku Klux Klan. The Civil Rights Act of 1866 passed and the 14th Amendment was added to the Constitution, securing civil rights for all people. This was a huge milestone in particularly black equality. At this point in time, there are 6 African American members in the House of Representatives. During 1867, the first, second, and third Reconstruction Acts were passed. A year later, the fourth one was passed. In 1869, Ulysses S. Grant became president. Each were written to either clarify past acts or add new clarifications to the law in the South. Under Grant, the 15th Amendment was ratified. At this point, there are 2 black members in the House. This allowed for all U.S. male citizens the right to vote. Women were directly affiliated with the abolitionist cause, so the 15th Amendment ignited passion in women to vote. Feminists like Elizabeth Cady Stanton and Susan B. Anthony were outraged. 50 years passed before an amendment added to the Constitution granted women the right to vote. The Civil Rights Act of 1875 was passed, providing equal treatment to blacks in public. This included items like transportation, prohibited racial discrimination in jury selection, restaurants and inns, public conveyances on land or water, theaters, and other places of public amusement. This act did not supply for equality in places like churches and schools. Later, the segregation of schools was declared unconstitutional in the Supreme Court decision Brown v. Board of Education. The Freedmen's Bureau was abolished during Grant's presidency. Rutherford B. Hayes was inaugurated as president, and 4 black members were in the House of Representatives. Federal troops were being removed from South Carolina, effectively removing the federal government's presence in the South and ending the era of Reconstruction.